So, welcome to these small videos. My name is Carsten and I'll be giving some of my tips and tricks that I use in my life as Scrum Master and coach, Agile coach. Today we'll be looking into a technique called magic estimation that I really love. Of course, whether or not we do estimations is a big topic and something that a lot of people debate. I can say that I sometimes find estimates useful for actually aligning inside the team to see if we agree of this task, what actually needs to be done. So whether we do it for the team or the PO, that's up for us to actually figure that out. But magic estimation is a great technique to spice up refinement, to spice up this estimation if we want to do it. So I prepared a backlog with the most important story here and the least important story here, as we all know it. Then I prepared the Fibonacci sequence here, and some of you might say that, yeah, but Carsten, 20 is not the right number in the Fibonacci sequence. But yeah, if it's a 20, then it doesn't really matter. This is to show that if we have so big stories, it's bound to be inaccurate no matter what we do. So that's why I deliberately put it at 20 and not at 21 as expected. The technique is really, really simple. What we do is we can either take a story from the backlog and put it on the scale, or we can move an existing story on the scale to another one. We're not allowed to discuss during this. So it's just doing it in complete silence. We time box it. So 2 minutes, how far can we get? Then we stop up, see is there anything we want to discuss. We might have had a story that we have moved back and forth. And then we continue for another time box until everything has been estimated. So let me try to show it to you. What I do is I, for instance, take this first story, create login. Without saying anything, I'll put it on a free, for instance. Now it's the next team member's turn. The team member can either choose to move this or to take a new one. So that he might take a new one, update tests. That could be a bigger one. So let's give it an 8. The third team member might then say, deploy to QA. That's easy. I'll put it there. The next team member might say, deploy to QA. That's actually a big task. There is a lot of infrastructure that needs to happen. So I think it's more difficult than create login, but easier than to update tests. Then it might be create database as the next one. So that's a 2. But the next team member might say, I think it's a 5. And then another team member might say, I think it's a 2. And then we might end up just juggling this back and forth. And that is where we probably need to make a timeout and discuss, are we actually agreeing and aligned on what is inside this story, or do we just hope that we have the same understanding? This might give us new stories to the backlog that we need to refine and estimate, but it can also just be that we add more details to this. And we just continue to do this until we are happy with the picture and the estimations, and then we can write the estimations on these post-its, and then we are set to go. So this is a really great technique, as I mentioned earlier, to spice up our estimation. So not doing poker planning every single time, but doing a bit more interactive and can people up standing instead of just sitting around the table. So that is my version of magic estimation. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to hearing your comments and feedback. So enjoy!